You know what? Saying talk about that kind of thing though, like obviously you got a huge following now, and literally everyone I've spoken to, they know of you, they know of you and your work. Do people recognize you as well? Recognize you now off the street as well? Like, think, oh my god, the
You
Grime
know what?
Violinist.
They recognise me in East London.
Okay, that's good
All
enough.
my recognition have happened like around here. Apart from East London, no. But
Oh,
yeah, sometimes sort of people in the street, and that's like it's absolutely. You know what? It happened in lockdown, and I was having a really rubbish day because lockdown for everyone was a bit mental,
mm.
hard on the brain. And I went for a walk down the river here, and yeah, I was in a foul mood. And then this guy's walking with his girlfriend. He's like, "You got around this?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I was just like, I was really looking angry and like,
Yeah.
looking like trash. I was like, "Oh yeah." And he was just like, "Keep it up. You're amazing." I walked off, and I was just like, "Oh, thank you." I really needed that today.
I mean, he sort of comments in that makes you feel so good, doesn't it? Like you said, you had a
Yeah,
bad.
just the little things. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. So I make sure that as much as possible, if I sort of, if I see someone likewise, you know what I mean? It's really nice to compliment people. I think I learned that a bit late in life. But yeah,
Yeah,
if I see something I like, even if someone's wearing something nice, just saying, oh, what you're wearing is wicked. Like it could
yeah,
make their day. Do you know what I
of
mean? It's just,
course.
yeah. I think in London we get a little bit standoffish about that kind of thing, just talking.
Yeah.
But leave London and people just talk at you, and like it happened to me the other day, and I was like, why are they talking to me?
Yeah.
Why is this lady talking to me? And I was like, oh, okay, that is what happens
Yeah. It's such
outside
a
London.
lun.
So,
It's
yeah,
such,
bring
it's such a
back
lun.
that. We need that. We need some
We do like heart to heart, don't we?
humanity.
But you know what? I was saying that when I put on Twitter, I think you liked it, where I put on Twitter saying that when I see I started the podcast, it's been literally one of the best things I've done because, like you said, like it's a London thing where people don't really talk to each other in the street. But
Exactly.
yeah, but when with the podcast, we just sit down and chat to people, and like I said earlier about kind of reminiscing what we've done in the past and talk about things like the ups, the downs, these kind of things. It just helps you kind of
Yeah, man. It's like
yeah,
therapy.
it's like therapy in a way, and like people don't realize that therapy. I don't really think about it in that way. It's mad. You just talk about your feelings about things. It's amazing, and
Yeah, yeah. So
yeah,
necessary. And like, I think something that like Americans have got right, like in terms of like people have a shrink when they don't feel that they need it. It's just
yeah,
a normal thing to speak to someone about, how they were feeling that week. And if you
yeah,
don't have, if your best mate isn't, someone you'd want to talk about that kind of stuff with, it's really good to have someone impartial. So yeah, I'm all for therapy,
yeah.
but this is just a way of doing it on a more friendly level.
Of course.
And taking the time as well. If it's a podcast, you're
Mm.
going to sort of dedicate that time to speaking. It's just not like I'm just like, oh, sorry, I've got to nip out there. It's
Yeah,
dedicated time. It's really nice. Yeah.
yeah. It's nice. That's why.
How have
That's
you
why I love.
found it? You said it was. Is this number 30?
You're
What?
31 now, yeah, 31,
Oh,
yeah. And
congrats, Steve.
I think it's mad, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
I,
you only just. I feel like I only just saw your tweet saying you're going to start that.
yeah,
That's a big output.
it is. Thank you. Like, I find it so addictive because I love to learn from people, like really inspirational people like yourself. And
Thank
when I
you.
just sit down and talk about just like life in general, how you started and how lockdown's been for you and how you're getting on with life, it's just a nice way of catching up with people and just seeing how they're getting on as well. And just have a conversation and learn from different people as well about how they deal with different things is such a nice way of doing things. And like you said, we like as musicians, obviously that route is kind of out the window now, isn't it, in terms of performing and stuff, which is such a shame.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I think, many people will be struggling of how to sort of handle that. Do you know what I mean? So I think keeping in touch in these ways, it's so important.